Execution is dead. And that's not something you should worry about. It's the single greatest thing that could happen to you. Hey everyone, I'm Sharan, and this is RedXF, a channel for the post skill designer. For decades, the startup world lived by one mantra: ideas are cheap, execution is everything. That was true when execution required engineers, capital, and months of runway. It made sense to worship the builder, the hero who could build when others could only dream. The conditions of that era made execution the scarce resource, and the framing served us well. But the conditions are now ending. The common forecast right now is the solopreneur enterprises. One person with a fleet of AI agents doing what an entire company does. Directionally true, but I think it still thinks in the wrong frame. It assumes that the future is still filled with companies, just smaller ones. The deeper shift is that AI is removing the barrier between having an idea and shipping it. Coding, design, marketing, sales, support, and operations, the full stack of execution that defines software companies is being compressed by natural language and automated reasoning. What used to require a team, a code base, and a cap table now requires a prompt in an afternoon. And this applies even more to digital businesses, where the product is bits, not atoms. When execution gets cheap across every function, the old scarcity model inverts. The bottleneck was never having ideas. It was always the cost of executing on them. Remove that cost, and the execution stops being the differentiator. Ideas, the things that we dismissed as cheap before, become the scarcest resource left. Here's where the market is going. First, AI is letting anyone build software using natural language. This is not just about developers becoming more productive, which is happening. It is enabling even people without technical backgrounds to be able to build. That's new. More builders will enter, more products get built, and everyone starts competing for the same attention of the audience. This is an obvious race to the niches, smaller slices, loyal users in specific verticals. But the end game is sharper than most people expect. Once AI agents are ambient and accessible to every user, the long tail collapses under its own weight. Why subscribe to someone else's tool when you can simply describe what you need and have your own agent build it on the spot exactly to your specs? The software company, as a durable entity selling a fixed tool to a stable user base, is approaching obsolescence. Not gradually. At the limit, code has no moat. So, software as an industry is tending towards a zero marginal cost of creation. Thing that companies used to sell, a finished product, it is ceasing to be scarce entirely. This does not mean nothing survives. It means what survives is something else entirely. When execution becomes commoditized, the creator's judgment becomes the primary compression function for meaning. Think about film. Cameras, editing suites, and VFX tools are all available off the shelf. Anybody can buy them. Production crews, equipment, and capital can be swapped between projects. Yet, a Christopher Nolan film, or a Studio Ghibli film, or a Quentin Tarantino film, these phrases mean something precise. Capital flows to those directors and producers because of their judgment, not the other way around. Money is fungible, talent is not. The director's economic value is not in building, it is in deciding what gets built and earning the audience that trusts that decision. This is the shift that's coming to digital companies as well. They will not build products or services or tools. They will curate things that fit their worldview. They will describe what should exist. They will opine on how it should be built. But the building will happen locally where the users live and where their private data resides. So if software itself has no moat, what does? Distribution. The asset is the group of people who trust your judgment about what is worth building, worth using, and worth paying attention to. It is built on trust, and that trust compounds slowly over time. And it is impossible to replicate because it is inseparable from the person whose judgment formed it. And so many other advantages like technical skill, feature velocity, capital, team size are being flattened by AI. This is the most durable structural advantage left. It is also the hardest to build because it cannot be bought, hacked, or delegated. In the short or medium term, we will keep building software. We will ship products, chase product market fit, and sell subscriptions. There is no shame in this. It is the reality of the current market, and it is how judgment earns its proof. But do not confuse the scaffolding for the building. The product is only the evidence of your judgment. The real asset is the audience that forms around that proof. So build things that are unmistakably yours. Speak to a point of view that someone else could disagree with. Do not try to cater to the majority as designers and products teams do today. Create work where people sense the hand of a specific mind behind it, even if that hand was amplified by AI. In the long run, the individuals who will endure will be the ones not with the best AI stack or the most polished app. They will be the ones who built that distribution channel no one else can buy. A body of work, a perspective, and a group of people who believe them when they say, "This is worth your time and attention." That is the edge that matters. Years from now, this won't be a software only story. The same arc is already hitting writing, design, music, video, and education. Anywhere digital execution gets cheap, the same compression happens. Companies dissolve, products become disposable, and the only thing that survives is a point of view trusted by an audience. So here's my question to you. What are you building that is unmistakably yours? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If you want to go deeper on this, get in touch with me. But if you found this useful, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up next. Ciao.